Welcome to Love Them Knives channel. LTK here with you today. I've been I'm searching around for this knife. This is a knife made by Real Steel. Real Steel makes their knives in China. They're a Chinese knife company. And this is a knife that's no longer available through regular retail sites because it's discontinued. This knife came out, I think, around 3 years ago, and is all done and gone. And I, of course, like Real Steel a lot. This is the RS9211, in case you were interested. And, so I've got a buddy who has this knife, and I saw this knife on Blade HQ, like this, because I was looking through their Real Steel knives and stuff, and of course, it's not available anymore. It sold for $214.95 back when it did, I guess. And then I heard it started out selling for $150 something, and then went to $215. I don't know, but in any case, this is the deal. It's 7 3/4 inch, overall 3.5 inch blade, supposedly S35VN drop point, hollow grind, satin, blah blah blah. The color is blue and gray. Because it's anodized, it's under 4 ounce weight, and there you go. High quality materials, got carbon fiber inserts. But so what I was saying, I'm gonna tell you the story. I was on eBay, and I have a search on my, I have different searches lined up, and I was just going through basic searches on different brands and stuff, see what's out there. And I went on to Real Steel, and I started looking, I go from highest price to lowest price, that kind of thing. And so I was highest price, and I'm going down. And for some reason, I kept going lower and lower, all the way to the end, which was unusual for me. I usually stop at, if I'm looking for a knife like this, and I stop my search at in the $40 range, that kind of thing. Just in case somebody put it up for auction. This guy put it up for auction, and it was sitting there at a penny. Okay, because he had just listed it. So, that kind of teaches you a lesson, never give up the ship. I mean, roll on all the way down to the lowest price, because God only knows who's put one up, and just started it on auction, and you might miss it. So I sent the seller a message saying, do you have could you, or, consider a buy it now price? Because I really would like to have this knife. And so he said, yeah, I can do that. So he sent me a buy it now price and sent me the link. So I clicked on it and bought it because I wanted it. And so you got the Megalodon in titanium and M390. You've got the Griffin with carbon fiber and M390, and you've got the S571 Pro as well. So those are those high-end knives from Real Steel, and this completes the roundup. And really nice knife, really difficult to find as far as what I was able to do. I searched and searched. Here's the deal. I get the knife in the mail, and here it is, and it's pretty. It's beautiful. It's basically brand new, and it came in this box, and with the microfiber cloth and everything. And here's the paperwork. Yeah, they came in gold too. So wow, what? Wow, it'd be nice to have both. But hey, I'm getting greedy. Because you know what? This is pause and read stuff for you if you want. Rick Lala design. And there gives your basic, metrics, layout, SAE, whatever. I mean, your regular stuff. Inches, meters, millimeters, centimeters, your information on that insert. It's really got a nice backspacer here that I hadn't anticipated because I didn't see all angles of this knife before. But yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Got some traction up there. And this is the blue with the carbon fiber inserts. You know, the thing about the Megalodon and the S571 Pro, they're just titanium. Just regular gray titanium with a M390 blade. So, yeah, they're titanium frame lock flippers, M390. They're just kind of begging for a little bit of jazz. Like there's no milling, there's no, extra stuff. There's no inserts of carbon fiber. The Griffin is not bad because that does have that, the carbon fiber inserts. But none of the others had any color on them. And I really like the fact that this has the blue and or the gold, whichever model you got or get or are still searching for. God bless America, But this one surprised me a little bit. I didn't realize it was going to be this small. It's not that big. Check it out. Here's my Manix. Yeah. Manix looks like a giant, doesn't it? Compared to it. This is not 8 inches even. This is 8 1/4 overall. Go just the pivots. Now the pivots, blade to blade, actually, I think this is about the exact same length. It's really close. So it's not that big a deal. But obviously the handle, no, not the same length, is it? But the blade, I think, is just about the same. But look at how tall this Manix blade is. Look at how slender this is. So this seems, I didn't realize it was going to be this small. In a way, it was kind of disappointing. In another way, it was, after I thought about it, I thought, it's kind of nice to have a small carry that's fairly light. It's not like 6 ounces or any of that kind of stuff. It's lighter. So it's under 4 ounces, supposedly. Let's find out. But, I like the look. It's a good looking knife. And 3.8. Okay. So what's that in grams? 107. 3.8. Wow, that's light. It's light for a titanium frame lock flipper with S35VN, and a 3.5 inch blade, basically. Let's do this first. Let's just throw down the old measuring stick underneath it. And what does it look like? Let's bring it up to you. About 3.5, kinda. It looks pretty optimistic at 3.5. 7.5 overall. That looks. I think I think the blade on Blade HQ they said it was 3.5. I think that's a little optimistic. 3.5 was well into the scale here. 3 3/8. We can do that. I don't care. We can argue about that because you can go down here and then you get your 3.5 overall. 7.5, 7 5/8 if you want to argue about it, and 19, a little over 19 centimeters overall. So you got a blade length of about 85 maybe millimeters. Let's see what the blade stock looks like. It's not as heavy as some of the previous real steels are. 0.1, it's bigger than an 1/8 inch, 0.138. So 3.5, that's not bad. That's not bad for a small knife, actually. I think some of the others have close to 4 millimeter, like the Megalodon. I gotta keep from, my brain wants to say Megatherium. The Kaiser knife? Ouch. Don't do that. Okay, Megalodon. 12 millimeter thickness. 0.46, 0.47. So yeah, it's not like 0.53 of an inch. It's not that thick this way, you know. So it's not bad. Fairly slender. This blade profile is pretty slender here. So overall, you know, it's not taking up a lot of real estate in your pocket. And obviously it's not a very big knife. But, you know, pretty good EDC, right? Pretty easy to carry here. Fairly open design in here. Okay, you can see your blade stop there. Pin right here. No milling or skeletonization on the insides of the scales. Pocket clip seems to kind of dominate, doesn't it? That's big. I mean, we start off here. Then we go up the slope. Then we go way down. I mean, whew, yikes. That's big. You know, at first I thought it's really kind of cool the way they milled this, but they didn't go all the way through this pocket clip, you know? So it's still, you know, solid blue all the way through here. And it's not steel. The hardware is. The rest is non-magnetic, so whatever that means. 300 series stainless or titanium. I mean, this, of course, is titanium. Whether, you know, this backspacer is or not, don't know. I mean, it's not magnetic, though, so. The action on this knife is really good. It's got bearings on the pivot. And it's nice. I mean, it just a real nice little click there. Detent's really good. Detent's really good. It's not weak detent. It's pretty strong detent. And, you know, look at the flipper tab. I mean, it's just so amazing. Sometimes you see these knives that are flippers. And, I mean, I swear to God, they're up here. It's like a shark fin. It's like a flipper tab with a knife attached to it. This one is really understated, yet it's really easy to deploy. You know, push button, light switch, however you want to do it. I mean, really nice. And centered up perfect. Any blade play? Nope. Any lock rock? Nope. Satin grind. Hollow grind. You've got some jimping up here. You've got this area here where you can put your finger forward if you want. Choke up on the blade for finer cutting, controlling the tip. But yes, there's a lot going on here, isn't there? I like to think about, you know, because I worked in a machine shop for 3.5 years, I kind of like to put myself back there and think about what did it take to make this? You know, how many operations on the machines? I mean, so you've got the blue, whether that's anodized or a coating, because it's really a solid, you know, incredible, brilliant blue, which looks a little too uniform and deep and solid to be ano, doesn't it? I mean, and you know, the dark blues really print up and they fade when you get skin oils on there. So I don't know. But I mean, after this thing got coated or whatever, it looks like then it got milled across the top to take that off and give it this this silver and blue, and then you've got the carbon fiber that went in there, but then you've got these nice radiuses cut in here, down along here, up here as well. Nicely done, front and back. You know, you're thinking about all the millwork that you have to do on this. And then you've got a lanyard hole that looks like it is not exposed. It's enclosed with that backspacer. Got 2 screws holding the pocket clip down. Can't go left hand. Right hand only, tip up. I mean, nothing overly pretentious with the pivot. Just very standard, but you know, very standard looking, although it's shiny, so it's not some dull cap screw type thing. And the rest for the rest of this hardware, although these are not machined, you know, like flat top machine screws. How's it feel in the hand? Well, it's not a huge knife, so we're kind of running out of real estate down here with the little finger. But other than that, yeah, it feels really good ergonomically. If you want to move up, then you do have room for that finger. Depends on your hand size. But yeah, it feels good in the hand. How about reverse grip? Yeah, that'll work. The Stinger. Yeah, I mean, comes in a nice box, microfiber cloth, a little bit of paperwork, and that kind of thing. I'm just happy to have it, because I can imagine that somebody, you know what happens when these special edition knives go out of circulation. Then if one comes up here or there, it ends up being what? You know, double, triple the price. People are getting proud of them, and or just kind of seeing who's the sucker that's willing to pay the price, you know? Because there are people that got money, and if they do and they want to pay that, they do, and they get the knife, you know? So I was thinking this might be, the guy may be wanting $350. God only knows for the knife. But no. So I got it, I think I paid like was with shipping and everything, it was like $140, which was a great deal. So I'm really happy with that. Yeah, this will go in my permanent collection with my other Real Steel limited edition stuff. And then of course, you know, Real Steel has such nice just working knives. The Thor T101. I've got the blue-black G10 handles. The Sea Eagle is great. I mean, just the regular Griffin, standard Griffin is great. And they all have that Sandvik steel 14C28N. So, I mean, but this S35VN, you can tell it's a little old school, right? We've got satin. But, you know, because now the special edition ones are M390, but not this one. This is S35VN, so there you go. Yeah, I think the first Megalodon they did too, which was a couple of years ago, that came out with S35VN. The newest one for 2017 was M390. So in any case, hey, I just thought I'd bring it your way. I mean, cool looking knife. Sharp too. That'll work. Good deal. I like it. Yeah, it'll be kind of a nice, light, easy carry knife, although probably more of a not very, this won't be an EDC. This will be more proud carry and stuff, because I like knives like this that are special edition or limited or no longer available. And they weren't just like a standard production model. I kind of guard them pretty close. I really do. And, sue me, whatever. I mean, there's those knives that I like to use as, everyday beaters and carry knives that are really good and they can do the tasks for me. And then other knives, of course, that are just, for that special occasion to carry and collect. I mean, a lot of us out there are collectors. So when you collect, you don't necessarily have a knife there that you go out and use on a regular basis. These are knives that you're kind of, proud of and interested in keeping fairly pristine for the future. God only knows why, but we do it. We do it. Oh, well. Hey, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you supporting my channel. And you know what? Subscribe if you want. We're always coming out with new reviews. And we are always, seems like, coming up on the next giveaway. And I like to do giveaways on a fairly frequent basis. And so, yeah, you have to be a subscriber to win in the giveaways. And we're going to really start stepping it up for the giveaways. We're going to have some nice stuff. So stay tuned. You know what we do here. We love them knives. So stay sharp.